Good morning and welcome to another episode of PrizePicks on 5. I am your host, Eric Wiedeke. Happy Thanksgiving. Before we get all of that out of the way, got a really fun NFL slate to talk with you guys about. Joining me today are, in order, Major Passons to my right.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Rochester. And, of course, Tony Mejia. I think we actually went I think we swept the board last week, actually, with our picks. So feeling good about today. Before we get into the games themselves, I do just want to thank PrizePicks. Obviously, use promo code 5. That's going to be FIVE to get $50 worth of bonus lineups at sign up here. And then first prize pick of the day, gentlemen, over 1.5 plates.
Over. Yeah, more. Do more on that.
More, yeah. More on 1.5 plates.
Guaranteed.
All right.
Yeah. I'm not even going to say I'm on a diet, so go all good.
All right, guys. So talked a little bit about Packers and Cowboys in last night's show. So we're going to be focusing mainly here on Cowboys and Chiefs, as well as Ravens and Bengals. So I'm going to go in order here. Major, what do you like in the Chiefs-Cowboys game?
The Chiefs-Cowboys, I'm going to go with the safety blanket, more on Travis Kelce reception yards. It's at 57.5. You can see he's hit that 3 of the last 5. The other times he's been basically like 1 or 2 catches away. I would probably say 1 catch away in both games. He's just been that guy that even when other things aren't necessarily going right, they can give it to Travis Kelce. And then they're playing Dallas, who I don't really trust, but can sometimes put up a lot of points. And if it gets into a situation where KC needs to, throw the ball a little bit more and try to get some more points, I think Travis Kelce is going to be a big part of that. But I don't think you can ever go wrong with the GOAT pass catching tight end.
Sean, your picks for Kansas City and Dallas.
Yeah, I have Dak over his completions. I know you said that line has moved a little bit since when I sent it. I do agree with Major. Like Dallas, what fears me of Dallas today is they're getting the hype now. They've kind of been the team that was underrated and was playing well with their offense or defense stunk. Now people are like, oh, they beat the Eagles. Now do they have to live up to that hype? So I think the Chiefs are going to be the better team. I think the Dallas is going to have to throw the ball. So I think between Dak's completions over and Javonte Williams rushing attempts under, I'm just kind of playing the game script that Dallas is going to be behind trying to throw the ball.
Definitely can see that happening as well. Tony, what do you got here in Dallas and Kansas City?
Yeah, I agree with Sean that Dallas is going to throw and Spags is going to beat them with blitzes, but George Pickens will win some one-on-ones. I think that the Cowboys' offense and CeeDee Lamb came back. I think there was a shaky period early on with Lamb being looked at by Dak as, all right, he's back. Let me go away from Pickens. And then when he went back to him, they've had some success. So give me the friendly goblin over 49.5 yards. And then another must-win game, I think, for Kansas City, and that means Patrick Mahomes playoff mode. That means Patrick Mahomes looking to run as often as possible when things break down, over 22.5 rushing yards.
Yeah, I can definitely see it, and I'm right there with you guys as far as what this game is going to look like. I've got Mahomes more on his passing yards. He's had to do more in this offense this year than he has in years past. Playing in a dome in Dallas, I think Mahomes is kind of going to have to put on the cape here to move the football against the Dallas defense that is still shaky despite shutting Philly out in the second half of last week's game. And then as well, if Dak is going to be completing a lot of passes, I think Jake Ferguson is going to be a big part of that. I'll take more on Ferguson receptions. Hasn't gone over in a little while, but I think this is a game against a Kansas City Chiefs team that likes to blitz a lot, where Dak is going to want to find his safety blanket pretty often in Ferguson. So now moving on here to Baltimore and Kansas City. Major, what do you got there?
So I'm going over to Baltimore. I'm going to go Zay Flowers more on his yards, 64.5. He's been right around this number, only hitting it twice though. But they're playing Cincinnati, who doesn't have the best defense in the world and is getting Joe Burrow back. And I do think it's going to matter that Jamar Chase came off suspension. He did not appreciate. So I wouldn't be surprised if he had a big game. But I say that because I think Baltimore is going to have to score a lot of points. And I think a big way to do that is explosive plays. And Zay Flowers is that guy for them. And he's been very consistent throughout the whole year, to be honest. So 64.5 receiving yards. I'm going more on Zay Flowers.
Sean, Baltimore and Cincinnati.
Yeah, probably the second best lock besides that over 1.5 plates is going to be Cincinnati's inability to guard tight ends. They are terrible at it. So Baltimore, Mark Andrews, I want the over on his receiving yards. You can kick the demons all the way up. I think likely you could do the same thing with him. You could look at the touchdowns. Like, I think those guys, if both you're hitting big, maybe one of them, pick one, whichever one you like the best. I think Andrews is the better bet.
For sure here. Tony, in the nightcap, what do you got?
And yeah, wishful thinking. This will be my final legs to knock out this parlay. So give me friendly goblins. Jamar Chase obviously coming back from suspension. Burrow coming back from the lengthy layoff. I think their connection will be fine. And we'll get over 5.5 receptions from Chase and Derrick Henry to find the end zone. But I do think I will sneak in my DFS lineups, either Likely or Andrews, depending on who I have to budget in, because I agree. And keep in mind, everybody, wind gusts tonight in Baltimore. If they're not more than 25 miles an hour, it shouldn't be a factor.
For sure. Lastly, Major alluded to it. Jamar Chase is back from suspension. Not only is Jamar Chase back from suspension, T. Higgins isn't playing in this game. Joe Burrow is back. I wouldn't be surprised to see Jamar Chase get close to 20 targets in this game. So I like more on the receiving yards at 92.5. And honestly, you could probably play it up to, over 100, even maybe a little bit more in some places as well. But that is our picks here for today's afternoon slate. Do just want to thank everybody for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving filled with great food, great people, great football, and hopefully some really great picks as well. Thanks for watching. Remember, promo code 5FIVE for those $50 in bonus lineups. Thank you guys for watching.